Well, that song came from, it actually, a lot of the music I write will start in one place. Like, I maybe will write a chorus and then I won't even think about that chorus for, you know, months or years, and then all of a sudden I'll remember it and go back and it'll have some new meaning to me, and the next thing I know I've finished a song. And that one, when I first started writing it, was when my wife got pregnant last year, and I was working on it, and then when she was in the second trimester, we lost the baby, and it kind of, you know, you don't want to go back to that, I guess, you know, like, and so I didn't really even think about it for a long time. Even though I liked it musically, it just didn't bring up good feelings, I guess. But we got the news this January that she was pregnant again, and then found out a few months later that it was a boy, and I just was thinking about this old tune I'd had in my head and what I'd first been writing, and I kind of took it and changed the lyrics, and just kind of made it something new, something promising and hopeful for my son to be. I moved to Oxford when I was 16 and came to high school here, and started doing a lot of like musical theater. Now, I didn't play any instruments, I just liked to sing. I remember when I first started college, I was a theater major for a hot second before I realized that I hated it and had no business doing that. And then all of a sudden it hit me where I was like, maybe it wasn't the theater I liked, maybe I liked the music part. And so I switched majors, and sadly never finished that degree, but I got a good basis in music theory from a couple years at Ole Miss, and then started playing around with two friends here in town, Jim Barrett and Ben Yarbrough, and that became Young Buffalo. That played with them for, I guess, almost 3 years, 2.5 years, and then finally circumstances, you know, things happen, and I had to leave the band, but still really good friends with Ben, and he and I always knew we wanted to play music together. So now that I'm kind of having time again, you know, we had plenty of songs that we wrote for Young Buffalo, and you know, they didn't turn out to be Young Buffalo songs, but we still loved them and wanted to do something with them. And then on top of that, we're always writing, and so, you know, we just kind of figured, even though we're not in the same project we started, we could start something else and still do something with all those musical projects we had working. So now it's you know, Ben and myself, and actually the guy doing the interview right now is a third member of ours, and then a good friend of mine, Chip Burr, is going to be playing drums with us too. So,
what's the band name?
Oh yeah, band name, that would be important. Right now we're calling ourselves Hipster Kittens.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, it honestly, without thinking, it just kind of came to me. I just like the sound of it. I just thought it was funny. But I mean, on second thought, my subconscious was probably poking a little bit of fun at the music scene nowadays. Not specifically here in Oxford. There is a music collective called Cats Purring around town, but you know, I like those guys. I have no problem with them. But it's like that guy Waves, like he had all these kitten photos, and I don't know, I just, for some reason, I feel like there's this weird association between like the indie music scene and cats, and this was my like not so subtle rip on that, you know. I don't know what kind of music we play. I don't even know if we would be considered indie, but I just thought Hipster Kittens was funny, and I don't plan on touring the world ever again, so for just being a band around town, I think it's a good name. I like it.
The last two bands you've been in, I guess this one and Young Buffalo, have animal. Is there a connection with animals?
Well, what's funny is the other name, the one I was choosing between, Hipster Kittens, and then the other one I was thinking about calling ourselves Adjective plus Animal, because that just sort of seems to be what everybody's doing is, you know, whatever, Young Buffalo, you know. I mean, I can't even think right now, but there's so many animal names out there, and they're always like the something animal, so I thought Adjective plus Animal would have been kind of cool. But anyway, in the end, I went with Hipster Kittens. And I guess, you know, I knew that I was like, okay, well, I'm sort of buying into that stereotype I was making fun of, but whatever, it all works.
What's your favorite meal to eat? What am I thinking? What's your favorite air to breathe?
I like shrimp. I like shrimp. Shrimp and grits. Does that work?
Yeah, Forrest Gump, it does work. What's your favorite color?
Man, you're asking me questions that like I haven't thought about since I was 7. I like colors. I don't think there's a specific color that is better than other colors. I'm not much of an artist, so I guess I mean, like, I play music, but visually, I leave that to other people, so, I don't know. Red's a good one.
Just fun, yeah.
I'll be honest, I really just looked, and there's bricks all around me, and it kind of just worked. You know, I like the bricks, so a little unimaginative, but red. Meaning of life. That's actually something I've contemplated, but pretty simple. I think the meaning of life is to realize that there isn't a meaning, and that searching for one is pretty much going to cause you a lot of heartache and headache and waste the time that you got here. So meaning of life is just to have fun, be a good person for the sake of being a good person, and you know, just enjoy the time you have, because you know, there might be an afterlife, there might not, but if there isn't, then I think you probably regret, you know, wasting time now. So I guess that's how I think about it, is don't worry about what the meaning of life is, because you're missing out on the meaning of life if you do that. Something like that. I don't know. Do I think you ask strange questions? You ask questions I'm not prepared to answer. They're different than the stock. You know, I guess I've done a number of interviews in my life, and you kind of get used to like the, what are your influences? You know, how did you start? How did you get into music? I don't know. You just kind of like get used to the same questions, and so yeah, I guess you ask strange questions, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I mean, you got to pay taxes if you win the lottery. You got to pay taxes if you get a good hit at the casinos. You got to pay taxes on what your family leaves you in your inheritance. I don't know why Olympic athletes wouldn't pay taxes on, you know, whatever they win. I don't know.
It's opinion. That's all needed.
Why are they so special?
Because they're the best in the world.
Not all of them. There can only be one gold winner, you know.
True.
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to Oxford Sessions for having me. And whenever we get our act together and get some live shows around, y'all should come out and see them. That's all I got. I'm Alex von Hardberger. This has been my Oxford Session. Thank you.